Hello everybody, my name is John Albert from AllPunkedUp.com, your number one source for punk rock news. I was given an amazing opportunity to talk with lead vocalist and frontman Tyler Gonzalez of the California-based punk rock band Balancing the Different. Balancing the Different is an amazing band that brings back that old punk rock vibe with the newer punk rock vibe, but they also add this unique entity with the way their music's constructed and put together. For example, here's a clip from my favorite song of theirs called Tricks. Here's the interview. Also, make sure to go in the description, check out all of our Twitters and Instagram and Facebook. For All Punked Up, it's at All Punked Up on all platforms. For Balancing the Different, it should be All Balancing the Different. I'll put it all in the description. And make sure you check out my personal Twitter where I tweet out most of my articles where I interview other bands. It's at JohnAlbert97. And I urge you to listen to Balancing the Different and check out their Spotify, their YouTube, and their Facebook. They are phenomenal. You will not regret it. They are an awesome punk rock band. Here you go, guys. Enjoy the interview with Tyler Gonzalez of Balancing the Different. This is John Albert from AllPunkedUp.com, your number one source for punk rock news. I'm here with the one and only Tyler Gonzalez, the lead vocalist and frontman of the California-based punk rock band Balancing the Different. Tyler, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right myself.
Awesome to hear, man.
So you guys just finished a new album called Villain. Awesome album. I have it up right here. I can't get enough of it. I got all my friends to listen to it. They all love your band. We've all been jamming to it for the past couple of weeks. Before we get into the further details of what you guys are up to now in your newest album, I'd like to talk about the origin of your band and how Balancing the Different started out.
How it started?
Yeah.
Well, when I was 18 years old, I was drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays in the first round. And when I was playing in the minor leagues with them, I had always played the guitar and never really took it very seriously because I always took baseball so seriously. And then I started to play music and record it. And then all of a sudden I was like, man, people kind of like this stuff. So I kept grinding at it, and then I just realized, I was like, man, this is what I want to do. And, baseball has been great to me, but I kind of gotta live a dream,
Yeah. That is inspirational, to say the least.
Yeah. I left professional baseball when I was 21 years old. I got drafted when I was 18. I left when I was 21, and me and my girlfriend, or my ex-girlfriend, moved out to LA. We lived in Hollywood, and that's where I got some background in music. I met a lot of people. I started, kind of spreading the message and kind of cutting my teeth on how to be an artist.
That is awesome. How did you guys get the band together? How'd that process start out for you?
So at first, it was just me and three of my teammates in a hotel room, and we were just, making music, really not taking it that seriously. But once I started taking it serious, I knew I had to find a band. So I had come across, a couple people here and there, and, y'all all know Oscar. Oscar is a great friend. He's a professional drummer. He does tours. He does all that. So he really was like my secret weapon to how I was going to get Villain done,
Yeah.
And I didn't know yet because he's a drum artist as well, so he had his other agenda. So, but he helped me out as a friend and really, he taught me a lot. I learned a lot from him. He learned a lot from me, and we grew. But then now we were getting hit up on the internet by Travis and Reese, and they were like, dude, we want to come out there and make a record with you. Let's do this. And then eventually I was like, dude, these guys know every song that I play. They're fans of the band. Why not? Why not give them a try? So right now we're at 17 Hertz Studio in Novo, California, in North Hollywood. So,
I gotcha.
and we're cutting our next EP with Mike Pepe. If y'all don't know him, he actually did the last Taking Back Sunday record.
Awesome.
Tidal
Wow.
Waves. And so we're out here doing that. It's been a great experience. I feel so blessed.
It sounds like you made the right choice to follow your dream and do whatever you can to make yourself happy.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd be standing in, like, a big studio with people who are actually on the same, everybody's on the same, like, we're all trying to get the same project done. We're all about the same thing. And so many friends here and the people you meet and collaborate with, like, that is such a huge thing to grow as a person and an artist. And so, I mean, I'm just blessed. I feel blessed.
That's an awesome origin story. When did you guys hit the point where you realized that this could be a big thing, that balancing the different can become such a big name and start pumping out things that crowds of people would enjoy?
I think the turning point was really when I decided to stop, thinking of myself as just this, like, if you make it, like, anything as a human, most people don't even like their voice on the video camera.
Mm-hmm.
So, getting over that fact, and once, like, the day I got over the fact that, I'm not scared of what people think of me anymore, that is really when Balancing the Difference started to make moves.
I could tell from...
So I could do it for everybody, too. Not only just myself, but as Travis and John and Reese and Darren, like, all those guys that helped this group, those guys, too, they see themselves as, a musician and, a person on the side, but, they don't criticize themselves. It's just objective music. It's just, if you can go out there and convict it, if I can go play these songs when I'm 35 years old and still convict them, I think, that was, like, the purpose.
Exactly. That's awesome. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
How has the California punk rock scene helped shape your band and influence you? Because, I mean, that was really from the early 90s as a starting point where the punk rock scene grew and bands started, following one another and creating this, like, almost society. And it's grown into this huge pool today. How has that helped you guys?
Well, I think now that everything is kind of based off of punk rock, even now you see the rappers are starting to, get in and consider themselves punk rock with the skinny booms and the rips here and there. They're still playing hip hop music, but I think it's more of the punk idea of what we're saying here is, it's almost like this rebellious feeling. The better you feel, the more different you are, I guess, or the things that make you weird are kind of like embraced out here, and that is what really helped us kind of be what we are now, is because I don't care if I match when I walk outside. I just don't care. That's what Hollywood did to me.
That's awesome. I like that.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, you can, like, put, like, once you find out a little bit more, appearances and everything, to some people it is. But, I mean, out here, it was, most of it's stage fright, letting your emotions out. And once you can just say, fuck it, and just be like, hey, here is who I am, and put it all on the table, and tell people your story and your life, that is what California did for our punk rock band. It's like, let everything fly freely. Because when I was with the Blue Jays, all that stuff was monitored. They would monitor that.
You weren't able to be yourself and show your personality and be the true person you wanted to be.
Yeah, I wasn't able to really say what I was feeling because it was being, monitored or criticized by the media or something like that. So now, I'm free of that world, and I'm embracing this so much because I'm living the dream, and I couldn't ask for any more.
That's awesome. That's something to be really proud of, that, it's all come together so nice, and you're able to be, you finally found something to be who you want to be, and there's people around you to support it along the way. That's as good as it gets.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you have that backbone, and, it doesn't even have to be your parents, because I'll tell you, my parents were not very happy at the idea You know?
I can see that. I can understand that, yeah. But, you know, it's just as long as you're happy and you're doing what you love to do, you know, that's all that matters. And
yeah, more power to you. And I'm doing it with the people I like to do it with. I got to actually meet these people and be like, yeah, let's work together, because it sucks to go to work being around people you maybe don't like, but just don't have anything in common with. All these guys here, we're all the same person. Everyone's here for the same reason, which is the music. That's what's bringing us together. And that's awesome that we're all kind of fighting for the same dream together.
That's incredible. That's awesome. I'm going to go a little off cue here. When I was looking you guys up, I saw a lot of comments on your videos, especially your video for I Tried.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of comments saying that you sound like a newer, fresh version of the old Tom DeLonge from the early days of Blink-182. What are your responses to that?
I mean, shit. I can't say that, that they're wrong. I mean, it sounds, that's what's coming out of my mouth. I'm not over there trying to mimic anybody. But I like that sound. I like that high-end sound, and I feel like there's a lot of people out there that miss that. So if I have the tool to fucking give it to them, why not? Like, you want to call me a copycat, you want to do this? I'm not writing the same song.
Exactly.
I'm just out here hey, let me just tell you this message, and this is kind of how somebody else did it. So I'm gonna grab all the tools in my it's what you learn something and you're not gonna pick it up and put it in your toolbox if it's working.
Exactly. You use it to your own potential, where it's not like him, it's in your own way. I said before I was making the intro to that.
I was saying about breaking out of the shell of being your own, your own thing. Like, dude, I'm not and I'm not a wannabe nor a copycat.
Yeah.
I'm myself, but I can go and, elude that better, which is better for me and for everybody else. So I just think it's...
well, it's working, and you're doing a wonderful job with it. I mean, you have a lot of emotion with your lyrics with it, and it seems to be blowing up. And there's a lot of other songs where you have a different tone in your voice that it all is different and it's all good. There's no way of copying, Tom or any of that. It's just you using what's comfortable for you and what works good. And that's what's the best about it.
I feel like a lot of people learn to sing off of that. I mean, I'm sure that made it more possible. He made it more possible for the normal person to say, I can do this. I can actually do this. Because when you first picked up a guitar, what was the first fucking 3 songs you learned? It's probably Blink songs.
Yeah. Damn it, for sure.
Yeah. You're like, damn, I could probably do this.
On a lot of the videos, people were like, I've seen like probably 100 comments saying that you should cover Matt Skiba's vocals in the California album. Would you actually think about giving that a try? Is that something that you think about, or are you just like, no?
I think if it were more approved by then, to where it was more of a thing that was like, hey, dude, all these people are asking for it. I'm not gonna go give somebody what they want, because all they want is something to be like, yo, he's exactly this guy. Yeah. And I'm not that guy. But I can understand that they want to hear fucking Tom's voice on For me, it's like, I'd rather just get picked for the part. I'll play the guitar.
I like that. All right.
So I just feel like I don't want to go and, put myself in a corner or back myself into a wall to where it's like, oh, well, these guys, obviously, we're mixed in with those guys. But now it's actually starting to be talked about as a serious thing. Yeah,
you don't want that title of the new Tom DeLonge. Because, I mean, you're not. Yeah. You have that.
Well, the engineer that we are working with right now, Mike Pepe, he learned from John Feldman, the guy that cut Blink Black Records.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, everybody's met with, it's like this, like these girls, you're all friends, you've been friends in high school, you see them around, you're like, hey, how you doing? Everybody's trying each other. Just kidding.
That's awesome, though. I like it. Good analogy,
Yeah, we're
too.
all collaborating and stuff. It's good.
That's awesome. That's the best part, I think, about the Hollywood scene and the California scene with punk rock music is that there's so many connections and so many people to work with.
Yeah.
And it's honestly, from what I've heard from multiple bands and just seeing in general, is that how these people all collaborate and work together. It's honestly, like, shocking. It's phenomenal that everyone gets so along in such a competitive market.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, rock is a hard game. It's harder than, because you have to put a team together to actually to cut a record.
Yeah.
You just don't have to have one guy and an engineer. And they're, but I'm not dogging on hip hop at all. I think that's a hard game. But just pulling, 4 guys together in a room is a little bit harder nowadays than it was, especially if you're spread out or wherever you are. But we've had people in and out of the studio all day, which is a great thing. And, we got the photographers and just the team of our friends is so tight knit that I could see how it would be hard if you didn't know anybody how to get into this. But, but I lived out here and I made some great friends.
It's what it's all about.
Great. Yeah.
All right, I kind of want to dive into now, as part of the interview where we get into what you're up to now. You just released the new album, Villain. Awesome album.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the creative process and how it all came together?
Well, I think, Villain was just, I gave up so much to go and do this. I gave up a dream job. I gave up, seeing my family all the time. I moved to, a different part of the country. I did it with my girlfriend. But anyway, we ended up breaking up, halfway through. And it's just amazing, like, how much you will do for, what you really want. And I think sometimes that is selfish and that is kind of, like, villainous. That's kind of mean. But you always, just like a villain does, you stick to your, you stick to you're always the same character. He's always the same character no matter what. He knows what he wants. It's usually the hero that changes, right? So, in a way, you could look at it as this person's pursuing their dreams, or you could look at it as they're selfish and they're doing this. But it took me to lose so much to understand how much you have to sacrifice to actually, take steps in the right direction. I mean, my ex-girlfriend, my dog, my old career, all that. But still, so happy. I'm so happy.
That's all that matters. It's the process of the road, and that's what makes a great story like you. It's honestly very inspirational. I'm sure some people who are going to listen and read this interview, they're going to probably contemplate quitting their day job.
I mean, hey, I would definitely get a second opinion before you go jumping off a ledge or anything. But, believe, and I guess it's believe. Like, I guess that was something when I got drafted that I showed very early on, was if you work hard enough for something and you don't give up, it can't fail.
Exactly.
You're not going to let it.
You throw your heart into it, you put all of your might into it, you will not fail.
Yes.
Believe that 100%. 100%.
Sometimes it's selfish and insensitive and stuff like that, but you're never doing it for you're never doing it to hurt anybody. You're never doing it, but you're doing it, the people that are around you should be around you because that is what you're doing.
Yep.
It's like where, time is money, where are you spending your time, because that should be where, everybody in this industry understands that that's the most important thing to somebody is that, light, that dream, that bigger picture, that project, so it's just a lot of sacrifice, a lot of time, a lot of commitment, and you gotta love it.
A lot of work, especially in the studio.
Yes. I'm sitting in the lounge right now. This place is amazing. It's an awesome studio. They got like a full table in here that we haven't used. I guess we're gonna break this out after lunch. Yeah,
thanks again for in between studio time to take time to do this interview. I don't want to keep you too long.
Oh no, we cut guitars on a song this morning, and then John is playing the solo to it right now with Mike, and Travis is in there. He banged out all the drums on day one, which is
awesome.
And, it's been a great experience. Everything's rolling smoothly. There's no yet, so that's good.
So, what are you guys exactly focused on doing next? What does the future look like as of right now for Balancing the Different?
So as of right now, we're talking to a band called the Midnight Echo, and we're talking about a tour, 11 dates on the East Coast from New York to New Jersey. And then we're probably going to release this EP either before that tour or after the tour, it starts in October.
Nice, sweet, new music.
Yeah, I'm not. Everything is so, everything's so. It could be a go, and then all of a sudden one thing falls out from underneath it, and whole missions, crash.
Yeah. Which, I mean, based on what you've told me and what I know before about the music industry, it's hard to keep, the ball rolling and making sure everything falls into place correctly the way you want it to.
Yes, because it's not, you don't have a lot of people taking a lot of risks anymore. It's not 2008 or before 2008 anymore.
It's way more advanced and complicated now.
Yeah.
All right, heading to the final moments here. What is your long-term goal? What do you guys want to achieve with your band, and what's the message you want to relay to your fans and people who have never heard your music before?
I want to spread my music like religion, man. I just want everybody to at least give it a chance on a platform that's big enough to where you think about it as this bigger thing or movement or something, and I hope it gets you through your day. I hope everything that we do is for a reason, because we think it's for a reason. There's a lot of time, work, effort, and just to be playing on that big platform, that bigger stage, that every day, that's all I want to do. This is all I do. Every day I wake up, I'm either on a computer or a Pro Tools, like anything, a guitar, this, that. And we just live with a bunch. Me and John live together. We're both musicians. Travis is about to move in. So we're just really pushing for that bigger platform. We're ready to get signed. We're trying to we're done. We're over it.
That's awesome. Great to hear. I honestly can't wait to see what you guys have in the future. Can't wait to see what you're going to do, what you're going to put out. Definitely pay attention to your social media. I'll have it linked in the description and in the article. Again, Tyler, thank you so much for this interview. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Hello?
I'm sorry?
No, I said thank you so much, John.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. But yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck heading on. Hopefully, maybe if you get another EP out or an album, we can come back and do a follow-up interview, see what you guys are up to.
Perfect.
Sounds good to me. All right, man, you have a great one. I appreciate you coming on.
All right, John, thank you, and AllPunkedUp, thank you guys.
No problem, man. Have a good one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.